welcome back. The Prescott Kingsmen consider themselves to be very family oriented, and so this time of year they're always working towards things for the community. So this year, as they have in the past, they are working on the Spirit of Giving campaign. Judy Burry is with me, and we're going to find out more about this particular campaign. Judy, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So tell our viewers, what is the Spirit of Giving campaign 2021?
Well, the Spirit of Giving has a very long history in the South Grenville area. It was started previous to the Kinsmen and Kinnetts taking over that project by an accounting class at South Grenville.
Wow.
They did that for about 2 or 3 years, and then they asked if we would take over the project. So we've been doing it since 1989 for 32 years. So that's a long time, and we're really good at it. So we've got it down to a science after this many years. So the project itself serves the people of South Grenville, so the Township of Augusta, the Town of Prescott, and the Township of Edwardsburg Cardinal.
Yes.
It's a food and gift program that we offer to people who feel that they need a little bit of extra help at Christmas. So those amongst us who are the most vulnerable, people living in poverty, families living from paycheck to paycheck, where one catastrophe can throw everything off.
Yes.
So we're there for them. They can sign up with our program, and we will bring them back on the 18th of December and provide them with a basket of food. We give them all the food they need for a Christmas dinner. Plus, I try to give them food for at least a week, because Christmas is a difficult time for everyone financially, and we want to make sure that we sustain them for that week. And we also provide gifts for the children. If the children are under 12, we give the gifts for the children as well.
That is wonderful. So now you have registration dates?
Yes, we do. We're registering on November 24th, 25th, and 26th. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of that week.
Yes.
And then the next week we're doing Monday the 29th, Tuesday the 30th, and Wednesday, December the 1st. We're adding an extra day this year because last year we found that because of COVID, people had a difficult time coming out, and we want to make sure that we don't miss anyone. That's really important to us. We believe that this year is going to be a very difficult year for most families because the CERB funding is gone, will be gone, and we know that it's just going to be hard for them. So we also are going to be registering at the Cardinal Food Bank. They've been gracious enough over the last few years to register people, and they like to do it over 2 Wednesdays because one group of their clients will come in one Wednesday, but they don't come in the next Wednesday. So they try to scatter it so that they don't miss anyone as well. And persons who, in that area who may not have a car to get to Prescott, we want to give them another opportunity to be able to register, even if they don't have to come to Prescott to do that.
Alrighty. So where in Prescott would people come to register?
We're holding it again this year at the Leo Boyven Community Center. We used that facility last year and it worked out really well for us. We're not able to use the high school. Outside groups are not able to go into the high school environment. So last year we moved to the Leo Boyven. It worked really well for us, and we're going to do the same thing this year. So they will come into the lobby of the Leo Boyven Center. They have to show proof of vaccination to come in, and they also have to wear a mask. My volunteers will be masked, and they'll be behind a plexiglass shield. We are trying to provide the safest, healthiest environment we can for people during COVID times.
Yes.
They will spend probably 5 or 10 minutes helping us fill out a form, which gives us the details about their family. If there's a spouse, if there's a partner, if there's children involved in the family, if there's even people that live with them. Sometimes grandmas have grandchildren living with them. Sometimes there's other people in the household. A son or a daughter might return home living with a mom and her dad. So we try to make sure we get the makeup of that family. There is a waiver form on the bottom that they have to sign, and that gives us permission to cross-reference their name with other service providers. So we will cross-reference with the Salvation Army in Brockville. I place a phone call to Salvation Army in Kemptville, and we also connect with Lazarus House, trying to make sure that nobody's name appears more than once on one of those gift programs. The integrity of the program is really important to us, that people get one basket, and that's important that we all do the same thing. So if we find someone that has been on another list, usually the service providers will, I'll take half and they'll take half. That's what we normally do. Traditionally, we find people that are duplicated on the Salvation Army list in Brockville and also on our list. So last year there was about 12 families, so I took 6 and she took 6, and it worked out perfect.
And it can happen. It can happen very easily, and it's not to say that people are registering everywhere, their family. It's just because that they're in a system somewhere and it comes up.
Absolutely. And sometimes a neighbor or a friend or a family member will, in good faith, register a family because they know they need a little bit extra help. It absolutely happens. We respect that. We understand that. But the integrity of the program is really important, and it is for all the other service providers as well.
Do you need volunteers to help you with this campaign?
You know, I put out an appeal for people to help me with registration, and within 3 hours I was full. It is people really do want to help those individuals in our families that are in our community that are vulnerable. And the 2 days that it takes us to put those packages together, when we were at the high school, we depended on the high school students to help us. But last year we had even some companies, for example, F.Y.I Pyrotechnics sent a team of their employees down to help us for the entire afternoon on the Friday.
Wow.
They said it was part of their community concept that they wanted to support the community. We were very appreciative of that help because it does get very tiring for us after that many. We're starting like right now to gear up for what's going to happen on December the 18th. We've already started that preparation. Our angel campaign, our giving tree campaign. There's so many things that have to happen simultaneously to one another, and so we're all very, very busy, and by the time we get to December the 17th and December 18th, I have to admit my team is really tired.
Yes.
And so the more help we get, the better. And we've had lots of community volunteers come out. Some may come for 2 or 3 hours, some may stay the whole day, some come back the next day. We're happy with whatever help we can get.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, some people can only give an hour, other people can give more time. And so it's understandable. On average, over the years, how many families would be given?
Our biggest number that we've ever had was 355 families. And we do a cross-reference to see where they're coming from. And traditionally, it's like 1/3 from Augusta Township, 1/3 from the town of Prescott, and 1/3 from Edwardsburg Cardinal. When you look at that tri-municipality area, it usually breaks itself down to 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Last year we were sitting at 258. We were well below what we expected, but we also understood that families were getting the CERB grants, and so we think that made a little bit of a difference for them.
Yes.
But we're really not sure what to expect this year. We really are bracing ourselves for being back up to around the 350 again. I've ordered 350 turkeys just to be on the safe side to make sure that we can get them. So, but we're really excited about what's happening. Every day we get phone calls with groups telling us they want to support us. Yesterday, the Augusta Township Fire Department, the fire chief called me. We are partnering with them this year. They're going to put barrels out in Augusta Township for us. He's pledged to pick up the food and bring it to the depot for us. So the news keeps getting out there, and more people want to help. The churches are involved. They're doing angel trees. We're doing a giving tree, which gives people an opportunity to actually pick a meal that they can provide for a family of 4. There's balls, Christmas balls on a tree, and you pick breakfast, lunch, dinner, or health. And perhaps if you pick the breakfast ball, it would tell you to buy a box of oatmeal, a can of fruit, maybe a small bag of brown sugar, something like that to help a family. We're hoping that puts greater awareness on people that families sometimes come in 3 and 4 and sometimes up to 7 and 8.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to feed a family. So last year we put those out in some churches. We're putting them out in a greater audience this year. And within an hour, those balls are gone off the tree. Wow. Some people at our church at St. Mark in Prescott, some people took breakfast, lunch, dinner because they wanted to make sure that they fed a family for a whole day. So it was very wonderful to see. It makes people feel really good that they're helping, and it certainly helps us out when we start packing those boxes.
So Judy, if someone wants to give monetarily, do they contact you?
they can contact me. I can direct them to the Kinsman Club. Any check that comes in has to be made out to the Kinsman Club of Prescott. I would ask if it's a Spirit of Giving donation in the memo part on your check to put Spirit of Giving. Oh yeah, last year was a very successful year when it came to monetary donations. I think the one good thing of COVID, if there's been any good thing of COVID, is that people are thinking more about their neighbors and their friends and their family, which is a really good thing for a community.
Yes, it is.
You know, it's
It is
really good
indeed.
for us to be thinking about each other.
And what's nice about monetary too is it's easier for some people rather than for them having to go out to the store to purchase.
Absolutely.
And you can fill in what is needed with a monetary donation. So it's great. So it's helpful all the way around.
We had a couple that had moved to Prescott last year that came and helped us pack the boxes. And not before the end of the day, but around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, he came over to me and he said, "What are you missing?" And I said, "You know, people never think about the health component: toothpaste, toothbrushes, soap, shampoo." He and his wife went out and bought $100 worth of that and came back. This year, he's already contacted us and told us he's going to do $300. He's going to fill all the boxes. So, and what we did this year for our giving trees, we actually added a health ball so that people, and on it says, you know, the things that we take for granted: toothpaste, toothbrushes, shampoo, soap. If you're a family and you're trying to feed your family, you sometimes don't purchase some of those things. And so we want to make sure that we put as many things in that box that's going to help a family not only feed themselves, but also be healthy.
Yes. Oh, I agree with you. It is something that we do overlook. Yeah. We go for what the priority is, and that would be putting food on the table.
Absolutely. You want to feed the kids. You want to make sure that their tummies are full. But oftentimes shampoo might not be something in the picture. So you have to think of the holistic family, like everything that they need. And so we try to make sure we do that.
Well, thank you, and thank the Kinsman in Prescott for doing this. I think it is wonderful. Judy, is there anything else that you want our viewers to know about the Spirit of Giving campaign 2021?
We will have a presence at your independent grocer again this year. There are 2 weeks where we'll be selling cans for people to purchase. And we also, on the alternate weeks, will have volunteers there where you can make a monetary donation into our canvasser box. We'll be putting out barrels throughout the entire community the day after Remembrance Day. They'll be going to the schools. The angel trees will go out that day. The giving trees will go out that day. So after Remembrance Day, after November the 11th, you're going to see a real presence in the community with the Spirit of Giving. And if there's an opportunity for you to help, no matter whether it's to purchase a gift for a child or provide a meal or throw a can into one of our barrels, everything is appreciated. Nothing goes to waste. Every single thing is used, and we make sure that we give the families as much as we can to make sure that they're fed for Christmas Day and a week after.
And I like the idea that there's corporations out there that are thinking that, you know, let's go out and help these organizations.
Absolutely.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
do.